already know fools been acting up lately, my boy. So we gotta set a lot of fools straight. A lot of fools think that I'm not the king of podcasts, my boy, but I really am though. You know what I'm saying? Nah, for real though, shout out to all the homies doing their podcast, my boy. They're way more consistent than I am. I'm always here like trying to do videos, and I'm doing like a whole lot of different things. I'm actually gonna take this thing off, hold on. That way it sounds a little more crystal clear, you know what I'm saying? Here we go. Hey, that sounds a little better, my boy, then you already know why. Because I took the thing off, you know what I'm saying? But hey, anyway, this is your host, my boy, the podcast 44 Vato, my boy. And I decided to wear this little shirt right here, my boy. It says increase the peace. You know what I'm saying, my boy? Because, fool, we gonna need some motivation to increase the peace, fool. Because I'm about to bring a lot of dysfunction, my boy, up in here. This is the intro right now, my boy. This is episode number 10, fool. This is your host, 44 Vato. I don't know if I already said that, my boy. But let me tell you, fool, something. Mexico's been crazy, my boy. Mexico's been really, really crazy. And if you ain't been following me on 44 Vato, you ain't been seeing them 44 Vato snaps, fool, you for real missing out, fool. So should I just get straight to the cut? Matter of fact, I'm going to tell fools all about the Mexico stuff. But you're going to have to wait to the end of this video. So if you don't want to wait to the end of this video, just fast forward, my boy. Hey, it ain't that hard, my boy. Here we go, though. Let's jump straight to it, fool. I got my notes right here. I don't know if fools can see my old ass iPhone 7. But here, let's get it. I also got something to say about iPhones, my boy. Like, there's a lot of fools out here getting bullied, fool. Fools trying to say, oh, you just got the iPhone 7. Oh, you only got the iPhone 10. Oh, because I got the iPhone 13. Like, fool, let me tell you, fool, something. You could run up a bag, fool, on the iPhone 7, fool. And you could also run it up on an Android, too, fool. It doesn't matter which one you got. It doesn't matter which kind of phone you got. So stop letting these little fools think that just because they got a higher phone than you makes them better than you. It doesn't. A lot of the fools that got the iPhone 13s are usually broke. Because the fools that are on the iPhone 7, iPhone 8s actually know what a phone is being used for. It's all the same old thing. Fool 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's actually no 9, but you know what I'm saying? All those, they all use the same functions, fool. You could use it as a calculator. You could use it as a flashlight. You could use it to write down your notes, fool. You could use it to run up this money, fool. You already know, fool. You don't need no brand new iPhone. Come on, my boy. But anyway, fool, let's just cut to the chase. I just realized, fool, that I'm not even wearing my little audífonos right now, fool, but I think I'm just going to cut it out because I'm looking at my levels right now, and they're looking pretty solid right now. So, but I ain't going to put them on because fools are going to be able to call up the line right now. It's 213-262-8291. 213-262-8291. In a little bit, I'm going to have to like pause this real quick, my boy, and I'm going to have to, you know what I'm saying, let these fools know on here, fool, because I got to, you know what I'm saying, promote. And you know what's the question that I'm going to ask? Is King Lil G really the king of Chicano rap? Is King Lil G really the king of Chicano rap? Because look, King Lil G says that he's the king of Chicano rap. And he dissed Conejo, Lil Rob, Cap G, and the Mexican OT all along the way, my boy. He's saying that he's better than all of them. To which he actually challenged Conejo, my boy, to a freestyle battle. King Lil G called out Cap G, and he called out Mexican OT. And he said that they're just like Woah Vicky. If you don't know who Woah Vicky is, she went mad viral like 2016, 2017, you know what I'm saying? And she has like one of them like southern accents, fool, where like fools don't really know if she's like faking it or not, you know what I'm saying? But I actually think that she's really from there. She's really from the South, you know what I'm saying? I really don't think that she's faking it. Like fools be thinking that I'm faking like my whole little accent, fool. I'm not faking it, you know what I'm saying? Like this is really how I talk. But he ended up dissing those fools, right? And he said that they're just a Woah Vicky. And it's okay, fool. You could diss those fools. I don't even know those fools. Cap G to me peaked in 2014. Peaked in 2015. Like it was like around those little times right there. You know what I'm saying? The Mexican OT is popping right now. He's popping. And I'm gonna say something. And I actually wrote it down, but I'm not even gonna like even read it off of this, my boy. But look, I want to say, look, Chicano rap will never ever be as big as any other subgenre of hip hop due to all the hate in between Mexicans. It's always Mexicans hating on Mexicans. Mexicans hating on Chicanos. Chicanos hating on Mexicans. It's always a lot of hate, fool. One Mexican fool comes up, the other fool tries to drag him down. It's crabs in a bucket. What are we seeing right here, fool? The same exact example. King Lil G seeing homies that are like a little more popping than him at the, and I wouldn't say he's a little more popping, but that's the whole thing is like, fool, if you know that they're not as popping as you, what are you tripping on? The Mexican OT, my boy, getting all sorts of likes. I did want to go check out his likes. Homie's getting at least 20K, you know what I'm saying? 20K is a lot. I looked at Cap G's, homie's getting 2,000. 435,000 followers, like, fool. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You do you, my boy. Mexicans, fool, crabs in a bucket, like this, like this, like this. Fool, there's a reason, fool, with this whole mask thing, right? That was one of the reasons for me, was like, look, I tell fools I'm from California, right? And I never even told fools I'm from California, right? And I'm not telling you I'm from California. But look, if I would have told you I was from California, fools be like, oh, you just from California. And I'm not even a rapper. If I told you fools I was from Chicago, fools be like, oh, he just from Chicago, you know what I'm saying? And Chicago fools actually like lift each other up. They shoot each other a lot, but these fools actually lift each other up. Now look, I wear a mask, fool, for my own reasons, fool. Fool be like, oh yeah, safety, like this fool's scared, I'm at events all the time, my boy. Like, if you really got a problem with me, fool, you could just always pull up on me. Like, it ain't that hard to find me. If I tell you, fools, I'm going to an event, like, I don't make it a secret, fool, that I'm going to that event. Like, I be pulling up no matter what, fool, you know what I'm saying? But look, I'm gonna move forward. But before I move forward, I'm gonna say one more thing, my boy. All the other fools thinking that Chicano rap is gonna go to a whole other level this year, it's not. Chicano rap is gonna stay at the same level. The same level. I salute fools like Peso. I salute fools like Money Sign Sway who got out of that box. They ain't labeled Chicano rappers. All the other fools labeled Chicano rappers. They're gonna still make money. There's still a lot of money to be made. But you ain't getting up out of that box, bro. You are not getting up out of that box, fool. Much respect to those homies, because I got a lot of those homies. But that box right there is gonna stay sealed, fool. Sealed. You ain't getting up out of that box, fool, until you dropped all that stuff behind. But you know what I'm saying? Let's move forward. Damn. And today, I actually, it's actually kind of a crazy day, you know what I'm saying? It's time to like calm down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because it's the Kobe and Gigi died 3 years ago on this day. 3 years ago. So if you fools remember, fool, like homie actually died in a helicopter crash. He wasn't even supposed to leave that morning, but his little girl had a game, and so he told the pilot like, "Yo, just take off, like it's all good." And the pilot, like he was warned to not take off, and they ended up taking off, fool, and there was a lot of like clouds, a lot of nubes, you know what I'm saying? And so they just went over there, boom, and just crashed, fool. They crashed. And they passed away, and I still remember exactly where I was, fool. I was at church, fool. I was looking at my phone. Like, I know that when you're at church, like, you're not supposed to be looking at your phone, but this is a time where, like, I was at church, and, like, it was around that time where, like, I was still, like, bored of being at church, you know what I'm saying? Like, now, fool, the church that I go to, like, I don't ever get bored no more. I got one piece of advice for fools. If the church that you go to makes you bored, you should probably just leave that church. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to find another church that's actually going to lift up your heart. That's actually going to lift up your spirits. Because if not, fool, what are we going to church for, fool? You're just going to go to church to sit there and be like, look, God, I came to church today. Like, fool, it ain't even about that. You know what I'm saying? It's about having a relationship with God in your heart, fool. If you sit through that church service bored, you're going for the wrong reasons, my boy. You shouldn't even be there to start off with, fool. Because it's not praising to the Lord. Yeah, my boy, damn, I'm giving fools a lot of things that fools don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying, fool? This is what you need 44 Vato for, my boy. So the fool could tell you all these things that you do not want to hear. So the fools could be behind that camera right there, behind that screen right there, pissed off, my boy, talking about, I'm about to go and follow 44 Vato. Yeah, you should want to unfollow me for pissing you off, my boy, because I'm telling you the truth, fool. And if it's making you insecure, my boy, well, then that's not my fault. Damn, my boy. Shoot. What even moving on toward now? Damn, fool. I'm going off on fools today. Phew. RIP to Kobe and Gigi though, for real, for real. I'm about to actually be in LA this weekend. I might actually visit the memorial that Kobe and Gigi that they set up for Kobe and Gigi. You know what I'm saying? But if I don't, my boy, I'm probably gonna kick it with some of the homies. If some of the homies want to link up, they could link up. You know what I'm saying? They could just hit me up, my boy. The DM's always open, my boy. I know for a fact I'm about to kick it with some of the homies. You know, about to do some little podcast, fool. And about to just, you know what I'm saying, go kick it with the homies, fool, and go make these business moves, fool, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, keep God first, fool, because a lot of fools be like, sometimes you just got to just give it up to God and just watch him work. Like, what do you mean sometimes? Like, you know what that's telling, fools? You know what that's telling God, actually? Not fools. You know what that's telling God? It's telling God, like, nah, like, I could do it most of the time. But hold up, you know what? This time, I think you got it. That's what fools be seeing God like. You know what I'm saying? And look, fool, I have one more thing that's probably going to piss fools off. Your dead homie is not watching over you. Your dead homie is not watching over you. I don't know who made up that lie, but your dead friend is not watching over you. That's a myth. You show me where it says that. It's all an idea. It's all these little illusions that fools put up in their head. Your dead friend is not watching over you. I got many dead friends, fool. Like, I'm never like, oh, I'm gonna send a prayer up to you. I'm gonna send a prayer up to you, homie. And save me a spot up there. That fool's not gonna save you a spot up there, fool. Not everybody goes to heaven. Like, damn. Fool, how much times I gotta say that? Not everybody goes to heaven, my boy. Yeah, fool, yeah. Yeah, go to my 44 Vato IG page. Go and follow me, my boy. Yeah, because I already know fools mad about that one. Show me in the Bible, my boy. Matter of fact, show me whatever you believe in. Show me in the Quran, show me in the Bible, show me in the Catholic Bible. Show me, my boy, where your dead friends, your dead relatives are watching down over you. Not everybody's in heaven, my boy. There's a big hell too for a lot of fools, my boy. Like, fool, and I'm gonna tell fools the truth. I don't care if it hurts, fools. Your dead friend is not watching over you. You could show me, if you could just show me one Bible verse, my boy, where it says that one Bible verse. Because it's always like, I always ask fools, like, yeah, bro, what about so-and-so? They're like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm praying up to him because something. The whole time I'm like, fool, you just made a whole idol out of your dead homie. You're praying to your homie? What is that, my boy? What is that, fool? Like, homie isn't watching over you. I'm on one right now, my boy. I'm on one. And I don't mean like I'm on one, like I just took a shot of Henny or something, my boy. Like, I'm just feeling it, my boy, because I'm about to tell fools, like, what I'm so pissed off right now, my boy. You fools are probably thinking I'm pissed off at this topic that I just talked about. I'm not, fool. The thing that I'm pissed off about, I will tell fools right at the end of this segment. But I have something that really, really pissed me off today, my boy. Really, really pissed me off. But anyway, let's proceed. Because Trump has officially been unbanned from Facebook and from Instagram, my boy. And as you all fools, if you fools all remember, my boy, you know that he was banned because of the January 6th incitement that they called it. You know what I'm saying? That he pretty much told fools to go to the Capitol and go just tear it all up and just break in there and start sitting on the chairs. Fools are actually doing like a lot of years for all this sort of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say if I go for that, if I go against it, like my boy, like. But the whole thing is like, I think freedom of speech should be a thing. If you're not talking out of your ass, my boy, like, I think freedom of speech should be a thing for you too. Like, everybody deserves a voice, my boy. That's why I was mad as hell when their 44 Vibe got deleted, fool. 195,000 followers, fool, down the drain, fool. Right now we're like at 127 with the 44 Vato, my boy, but it is what it is, fool. Like, we're getting a whole lot of engagement, fool. I ain't tripping, my boy. God's gonna provide, my boy. Let's move forward, though. Because Pope Francis has now said that homosexuality is not a crime, but it is still a sin. And there's a lot of fools who are like, nah, but that's a crime too, to God's judgment. Like God is gonna judge that as a crime. Yeah, but the homie saying, like, in the world, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the world that like we stay in, that we live in, like, it shouldn't be a crime, you know what I'm saying? And like, because The reason why he said that is because in a lot of the Middle Eastern countries and a lot of the Southern America countries, like, it is considered a crime to be gay or be lesbian, my boy. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, am I for homosexuality, homosexual marriages? No, I'm not, my boy. I'm not for that. But the one thing that I am for is freedom of speech and you being able to do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Whether if you want to break the law, okay, cool. They're just gonna get you and just throw you in a cage. It's like, yeah, you could do whatever you want to. There's also consequences too, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think homosexuality should be a crime either, my boy. But it is a sin. It is a sin. Like, the same thing where I just told you fools that your homie might not be in heaven, my boy, and your homie cannot see you, and your homie cannot speak to you, and your homie's not gonna appear to you. Just the same thing with that, my boy. Like, homosexuality is a sin. And I can show you that in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? But okay. I show fools to hear me out, my boy. For right now, my boy, like, the internet's just going crazy. I just got a lot of things in my mind right now. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't never seen 44 Vato so upbeat like this, fool, just know, fool, there's something like just pissing me off right now. Like, I'm pissed off right now. But I ain't gonna tell fools up until like maybe like the end of this a little thing, you know what I'm saying? This little podcast. But I'm gonna tell fools, and I'm also tell fools some cartel stories too. So y'all fools be on the way, my boy. Y'all fools be on the lookout. And we're gonna go back to this King Lil G thing because we're also gonna have a call-in line. So just stay tuned, my boy. We're already 19 minutes into this, my boy. It's actually approaching 20. But yeah, let's I'm probably gonna edit it out though, so it's probably not gonna be 20. But anyway, let's move forward again, my boy. Again. We're approaching the cartel stories, fool. We're approaching the reason why I'm so pissed off right now, fool. It's because of a thing that I just keep on doing, fool. Like, it's just all my fault. It's all my fault. It's all my fault. Damn, my boy. Damn, I'm really pissed off right now. But anyway, let's proceed, my boy. Because there's a lot of good things in the world, a lot of bad things, a lot of things to be grateful for, my boy, for. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Because Netflix has now ended password sharing on its platform. And they're saying that the company Netflix will make $700 million plus from that. And why are they cutting it off? It's because fools were sharing their passwords too much. Imagine that, my boy. If they're charging, I think, $12 per person, per account, right? And there's 5 fools logged into that account. Think about that. They're missing out on 12 times 4, $48 per account of 5. They're missing out $48 on every single account, my boy. So you gotta take all that into account. These fools have millions of users. You times that by 48, my boy, that's already 48 million. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money, fool. That's a whole lot of money right there that they're missing out on. But fool, these fools are gonna change that so fast, my boy. $700 million. And this right here, password sharing, is supposed to be cut off by the end of March. So you fools be ready for that. And you know what, my boy? I'm about to tell fools something. I'm gonna let fools call in and tell me what they think about King Lil G. And at the end of that, I'm only gonna take in like about 3-4 calls. I'm about to actually post this thing so we could get fools' opinions on King Lil G. Fools like to call him Queen Lil G. I don't know why fools say that. Alright, so pretty much in the video what I said was King Lil G just self-claimed himself the king of Chicano rap, my boy. But the thing that I was saying was that how are you going to be a Chicano rapper if you were born in Mexico City? And fools are like, how do you know that he's born in Mexico City? Well, because in an interview, I'm a fan of King Lil G. In the interview, I saw the homie and he was talking about like so many different things. He was even getting into like religion and the whole sort of thing. But in one of the circumstances, he was talking about how he was a little kid, how he was a little boy, and how he was selling like chiclets, you know what I'm saying? The little chiclets in the front of the statue, in front of the legendary statue with the lady with the angel wings, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I know, food. But look, foods are about to start calling in right now. I'm gonna bump to some 44 Vato right now. So if you fools wanna listen to my thing, this is me. This is 44 Vato. 44 Vato. Here we go, my boy. I'm going to put foos on, you know what I'm saying? This is me. Yes, this is me. Let me just put foos on. Turn it down. Damn. Oh, yeah. Man, I'm going to have to bust out a freestyle. See, fools don't even let me even listen to my own songs, my boy. This 44 Vato, my boy. You live on the 44 Vibin podcast, my boy. What's up with you?
Man, what's up, G? How you doing?
I'm kicking it, my boy. Hey, fool, you think that King Lil G is the king of Chicano rap, like how he says?
Man, you ain't gonna lie to you. I mess with bro, but
Where'd you meet him at?
How did I meet King Lil G? Like, where did I meet him at?
Yeah.
Honestly, it was more of like I got put on by my older siblings. I don't really have a stand on how I feel about him claiming, him being the GOAT and all. I mean, like,
Nigga, we need some real opinions. Fool. Come on now. Hey, yo, you live on the 44 podcast, my boy. What's popping with it?
Oh, word? What's up with it?
What's up with it, my boy? What you on?
I'm chilling, man.
That's what's up, fool. Hey, fool, where you calling out of?
Wait, what?
I said, what city you calling out of?
I'm calling out the little city in Palmdale.
Hey, shout out Palmdale, my boy. Hey, fool, what you think about King Lil G saying that he's the king of Chicano rap?
Man, I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't.
Nigga, fool. Hey, we need some real opinions. We need some fools who are not afraid to talk their thing, my boy. Like, that's who we need. Like, we ain't gonna accept no more fools talking about we have a neutral opinion. Say with your chest, my boy. You live on the 44 podcast, my boy. What's up?
What's going on?
What's going on, my boy? How you feel about King Lil G saying that he's the king of Chicano rap?
I full on support him, man. I'm a big King Lil G fan, to be honest.
Yeah, what's your favorite track from him?
My favorite song by him is Unemployed.
Unemployed?
Just because I'm unemployed myself.
Does he even got a song called that?
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't, fool. That's another song. How does it go?
Let me look it up, fool. But I know. He got a song called Unemployed.
Hey, what's poppin', my boy? You live on the 44 podcast with your boy 44 Vato. What's up with it?
Yo, what's good, Fofo?
My boy, how you feel about King Lil G saying that he's a king of Chicano rap, even though he was born in Mexico?
I don't feel right about it, fool. Like, he's not even from there, you feel me? Like, that nigga love to call you too, nigga, bitch-ass nigga. I come for your bitch-ass nigga,
You see, it's always fools like that. Hey, yo, what's up with it, my boy? You live on the 44 podcast.
I'm live on the 44 podcast. What's good, everybody? What's cracking? I'm calling in from the 805, Santa Barbara to be exact.
Yeah, Santa Barbara.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say this right now, and I'm going to say it loud and clear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't fuck with King Lil G. We think that for the hyena. You know what I'm saying, dog? Way too much talking. I think Conejo is put in his work, bro, just like the rest of the pioneers having the Chicano rap game, the Chicano industry, whatever you want to call it, bro. I think he's done more and put out way more shit than this fool. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be these fools that are popping up all of a sudden, trying to say this and that. I'll be honest, we're just chasing attention and clout.
What up, my boy? Hey, I think we lost connection on you, but let's read some of the comments. It said that one no 44 Vato live. Whose number is this? More like the king of Chilango rap. So they're saying he's not even Chicano rap. They're calling it Chilango rap because he's actually from Mexico City. I thought he was born and raised in LA. No, he was not. What's the dealie, my boy? You live on a 44 podcast with 44 Vato, my boy.
Hey, what's up, 44? How you doing?
Hey, I'm chilling, my boy. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I don't know if you remember me, but I was at that fucking marine that hit you up on Instagram, the Cayo Negro, the one with the fucking cannon.
I think I remember. For you, I get so much DMs per day, my boy. Like, it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot to remember.
I know.
But fool, hey, how you feel about King Lil G saying he's the king of Chicano rap?
Yeah, you say he's from where? Mexico City, right?
Mexico City or around there somewhere.
Yeah, it all depends. Like, what's your definition on what a Chicano is?
Well, food, somebody that already has like a few generations in the U.S. food, but has a bloodline Mexican, you know,
Yeah,
but
100%.
born in the U.S. though.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I used to have that huge argument with my grandpa. Like fucking being Chicano, he used to fucking hate the word Chicano. You know what I mean? But I mean I don't know. I mean,
Call from
Compa choice.
We're going with one more. Foos are pissing me off right now, my boy. Foos have no opinions, fool. You're a man, fool. You need an opinion. Hey, what's the deal, my boy? 44 Vato, my boy. Is King Lil G the king of Chicano rap?
Hey, first of all, what's up, Bastard?
What's up, my boy?
Anyways, everybody knows, fool, hands down, the king of Chicano rap is fucking Lil Rob, homie.
Lil
Hands
Rob.
down.
What his songs does he got?
Yeah. Bro, that's what got bangers. I mean, in his time, bro, there was really, I guess, I mean, he's just good shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might not. He has Summer Nights. Like, that's like shit that's not been on the billboard. I'm not 100% sure, but
Yeah.
for me, my personal, I mean, his Lil Rob, dude, like that fool's a lyricist. You know what I'm saying? Like, that fool gets down, bro.
Hey, what other songs
Hands
does Lil
down,
Rob
Lil
make though? Cause do you think
He got-
with one hit song, do you think that makes you a king of Chicano rap with just one hit song?
Nah, I mean, it just depends on, because, people, King Lil G's kind of like, for mainstream Chicanos, you know what I'm saying? Like, Lil Rob got Linda Mujer, Cantina, he got neighborhood music.
Oh, you deep
got,
into it. You're a deep fan.
Yeah. See, he got all the good shit, dog. Like, all the real banger shit that you can bump on a low ride, natural high, you know what I'm talking about? Like, he got all the good shit. King Lil G is like, he ain't bad. I'm not saying he's bad, but he's not the king of Chicano rap. How many songs does King Lil G have, and how many songs does Lil Rob have, and how many songs can you actually listen to by King Lil G and push skip versus how many songs you can listen to Lil Rob? I found really not too many songs that Lil Rob, homie, that you can push skip
Hey,
on.
that's a good point. That's a good point. I'm not gonna cap, fool. I ain't know who I got into it with, but shoot, my boy, you know your stuff, my boy. I can't even argue against you. How old are you, fool?
I'm 30, bro.
You're 30. Do you think that age has to do something with it? That you support Lil Rob over King Lil G?
Yes and no, because like these new fools, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes and no, but like the streaming and everything was different from Lil Rob's time to King Lil G's time. Like, now I don't even think Lil Rob even raps anymore.
Word.
King Lil G he just barely started rapping, barely came out like 8-9 years ago, like barely, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
And back when Lil Rob was doing it, it was on CDs, you know what I'm talking about, like discs and shit like that.
Yeah, he came up in the
So
CD era for sure.
Yeah, that shit's different now. Now you can, you can obviously listen to both on YouTube and shit, but it was the streaming and stuff like was different. Now someone can upload a song instantly. Back in the day, you'd have to go find that shit, like LimeWire or something like that.
Word, my boy. What's your name, fool?
Choice, Compa Choice.
Alright, my boy. Well, I'm gonna put you on this thing, my boy. So this thing's gonna be uploaded like here in the next few days, my boy. So just be ready. Alright, we gonna go to our Google Voice, my boy, because this is actually a Google Voice number. But I'm gonna go check out the voicemails because a lot of fools have stuff to say, my boy. And there's a lot of fools who we don't answer, fool. There's hundreds of phone calls coming in, my boy. Like how do fools expect me to be able to answer every single thing? Like, I'll be seeing these comments like, oh, that's not even a real number. This fool doesn't answer. It goes straight to voicemail. Like, fool, I only have one mouth, my boy. I only have one phone. Like, fool, there's not a million people that are answering these phone calls. Now let's go ahead and go see these things. Look, let's hear what fools have to say.
Hey, my boy, so you telling me that King Lil G is fucking, king of Chicano rap? Like, nah, bro, you tripping, my nigga. You tripping, bro.
King Lil G be spitting bars though. Hope this boy went hard, to be honest.
Hey, what's up, my boy? I love your podcast. I watch that shit every day. I'm a part of a grupo, and we do Mexican music, Sierreño. Please drop me back some love and hit us up.
Hey, I appreciate you, fool, saying that they watch the 44 podcast daily, fool, but fool, we only have 10 episodes, my boy. Like, it's like you can't watch it daily. There's only 10 episodes. So unless the fool started watching it just 10 days ago and started like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then that's the only possible way. But for the most part, this fool's capping. But I ain't gonna give homie some love. You live on the 44 podcast, my boy. What's up with it?
What's up with it, bro?
Hey, fool, you think King Lil G is the best Chicano artist, my boy?
Nah, hell nah. He ain't even valid in his own hood.
You ain't even valid in his own hood? Are you from his hood?
Shit, I'm around his hood. You know, last thing I heard is that he got checked by Young Dopey.
By Young Dopey?
Yeah, he got checked by Young Dopey.
Hey, fool, who you think is the best Chicano artist?
Shit, I fuck with Conejo.
What's that fool's numbers looking like, though?
Shit.
Like, has that fool done a lot of numbers, my boy?
He got decent numbers. He's been holding on.
Do you think homie got better numbers than King Lil G?
Maybe not. But numbers don't matter. Numbers don't matter, though.
Numbers don't matter?
Nah, hell no. He ain't solid in the streets. Conejo is.
I wish I could answer some of these voice calls, you know what I'm saying? But, like, fools are just hating on me. Like, I have a lot of voicemails on here. There's a lot of voicemails.
What's up, 44 Vato? Just calling you to talk about that King Lil G shit. Crazy that he's not even born here and you think he's a Chicano. You don't like being a fucking paisa, you know? I'm a paisa and I know I don't consider myself a Chicano. I would never fuck it. I feel like Chicanos don't like us. That's the way it is. Like I always say, the worst enemy of a Mexican is another Mexican. That's what that fool's fucking doing right now. No one bumps King Lil G. That fool's fucking right.
Homie right here came up with the argument that homie's not even born here. He's not born in the U.S. Yes, fool, I'm actually back in the U.S. now. Like, I'm back in the U.S. now. I know fools keep thinking I'm a Mexican now, fool, like, freaking made it over here, you know what I'm saying? But look, this fool just making solid point that he's actually not born in the U.S. So how can you be a U.S. person? I mean, how can you be a Chicano rapper? How can you be a Chicano rapper and not even be labeled and not even be born in the U.S.? You know what I'm saying? To be Chicano, you have to be born in the U.S. Am I Chicano? No. I mean, fool, like, both of my parents are Mexican, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I guess I'm kind of in the middle. I don't ever want to consider myself that. I'm not that. I'm not Chicano. Like, my mom and dad, my boy, like, they be getting mad as hell whenever I call myself that. Like, if I ever tried that, my boy, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let's look up the definition of a Chicano. And let's go get this definition out real quick. Chicano definition. I'm looking up Chicano definition. Chicano, an American of a Mexican origin or descent, especially a man or boy. So an American, you have to be American first for you even to be even labeled a Chicano. Is King Lil G a Chicano? I don't think so, my boy. He's actually born in Mexico. Let's see what homie has to say.
Stop promoting that weird ass fool who claims to be Chicano, dog. That fool stayed in 2016, fool.
That's your homie though.
You got me fucked up, fool. He stayed in 2016, dog.
Is he king of Chicano rap?
He's not king, bro. Stop saying that.
See, this fool's over here just saying that, my boy. Like, fool just be speaking out their booty cheeks, my boy. Like, I already know fools aren't. You know what I'm saying? Damn, look how much voicemails I have. Oh my gosh, my boy. I'm so sorry, fool. I cannot answer everybody. But yeah, fool, this has been episode 10 of Vibin with 44, my boy. Episode 10 of Vibin with 44. You heard it for yourself, my boy. But let's get into these cartel stories. And I have 3 of them. I'm going to try to make them just short and simple because, you know what I'm saying, where I'm from Loreto, Zacatecas, my boy. But I'm from a smaller little rancho, you know what I'm saying? And so, fool, just on New Year's Day, it was, everybody was over here, you know what I'm saying? Everybody just chilling, my boy, watching the Boulevard. If you've never been to Mexico or been to one of the festivities down there, the Boulevard is this giant fireworks show. Where I'm from, they go above and beyond on New Year's Day. They go extreme, my boy, extreme. Like crazy light show. So, boom, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's over there, my boy, watching the light show. And the tamborazo, my boy, the you know what I'm saying, the drum band, you know, the Mexican drum band that they have to stay like after, like for the parties, for foods to get lit, you know what I'm saying? They usually stay till 4 a.m. So they're there till January 2nd, you know what I'm saying? I'm over here chilling, watching the boat with her, right? But there's so much fireworks, fool. You don't know what's going on. You do not know what's going on. So then the next day I wake up, right? But I'm actually, let's not even move forward that quick. I go home, and you can still hear the tamborazo, right? But then within like 30 minutes, it turns off. They turn it off. And I'm like, fool, that's so weird. I'm like, fool, the tamborazo always ends at 4 a.m. So I'm like, that's weird. I don't know. They probably, like, the police probably came. They probably told them, like, nah, you guys can't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? But there's not even any police in that town. So you know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking. The next day, these fools came up to us with news that 4 people had been shot. 4 people had been shot during the boulevard that everybody's watching. So everybody was watching here, right? Everybody was watching here. Everybody watching the fireworks show here. Meanwhile, there was fools in the back getting killed. There was fools in the back getting shot. And it was one fool shot 4 people, my boy. That would be considered a mass shooting in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? 4 people got shot, my boy. 3 of them passed away. So you know what I'm saying? I had a little discussion with the homie, a little argument with the homie, and he was telling me how Chicago is more dangerous than certain parts of Mexico, or like the most dangerous parts of Mexico. I was like, fool, you tripping, my boy. Like 4 people just got shot, my boy. 4 people just got shot in a town that has 2,000 people. Fool, that's the amount on that is really, really insane, my boy. Like that's a really, really big percentage, my boy, per 100 people, per deaths. You know what I'm saying? That was 4 people. That was 3 deaths just in the very first day of January. So you already know, my boy, like fools are like, oh yeah, like Mexico ain't even that hard. Mexico ain't that dangerous. You would have to go over there just to go see it for yourself, my boy. And you will for sure believe it after you're done, my boy. So yeah, that was one story. We actually had a whole talk with the paramedic. That fool ended up telling us all that story. The second story, right? We're on the way back, fool. We're on the way back. We're going to the border. But my mom and dad, fool, they're actually my mom, she's scared of getting on the train, right? Not on the train, on the airplane, right? So she's scared of getting on the airplane. So we ended up going on the bus, right? It's 3 a.m. We're passing through Chihuahua. I'm from Zacatecas, my boy. We're passing through Chihuahua, right? And I'm like this. I'm like sleeping, right? I'm trying to catch a little sleep. All of a sudden, fool, the bus just stops. Like it's gone, stops. And my sister, she's on the other side. I'm sitting on the left side. She's sitting on the right side, right? On the whole other side of the window. And she's like, yo. She's like, come. She's like, come. And so I get up. I'm like, nah, what? And she's like, come. And so I go over there right to her seat. And I see a Tahoe right on the side of the bus, right? And it has 4 fools right there with guns. They have guns. And one of those fools is starting to walk inside of the bus. And at this point, fool, I'm like, yo, what the hell, my boy? And so I see this fool like this. And I go back to my seat, my boy. I jump back in my seat. I'm like, oh, hell no. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, hell no. Fools are like watching this like, oh, this fool's scared. This fool's scared. Fool, you would have done probably the same thing. Like, half of you fools are scared. Actually, 90% of you fools are scared. Like, don't be commenting stuff if you know that you would have done the same exact thing, fool. So I jump back in the thing, and I'm pretending to sleep like this. But I move my head like this, and I go like this. I just open like one eyeball, you know what I'm saying? And I'm watching the fool, and he comes up in there with a gun. And he has military pants on, right? So I'm like, this fool might be police. Nah. He wasn't. He had a whole other logo. Big ass gun like this. Whole thing covered up. Just like how I am, 44 Vato, right? His hat is on the other way like this. And then he has a blue shirt on with like overalls. And I was like, fool, what the hell's going on? Like, homie is like this fool's cartel. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this fool's cartel. I'm over here pretending to sleep. Everybody is actually sleeping. It's literally 3 or 4 in the morning. And I look, fool, and this fool starts like getting the lady's bag, fool. He gets a lady's bag like this, and I'm like, the whole time, like, oh, hell no, like, fool's about to, like, my bag is up here, you know what I'm saying? Gets her bag, fool, and I don't know what homie does with it, but I think he just, like, grabbed it, and he took, like, a wallet. Boom. I was like, this fool's lame. Like, first of all, like, he's lame for doing that. Starts walking. He starts approaching me, right? And, fool, I'm the only fool in my 20s on that entire bus. Everybody else is like 50, 60. So I'm like, fool, this fool might even like mistake me, fool. Like I'm in my 20s, you know what I'm saying? Pretend to sleep. This fool comes, he passes over me, he continues to walk to the back. And he goes to the back and he goes back to the fool in the back. And the fool is like, he had chains on, fool. He had chains on. Like, why do you got chains on? Why you got gold chains on? Why you got rings on, fool? Why you got diamond rings on in Mexico? He goes to the fool in the back and he's like, come. Goes over there, fool. He takes him out the bus, fool. I don't know what happened to homie. I don't know what happened to homie. He took the homie out like this, and I go back to the other seat. They throw the homie inside of the car. I'm like, fool, this fool is either getting kidnapped right now in front of my eyes, or this fool's already with them. But those two things cannot be like, you know what I'm saying? Like one of those things is for sure. But I think that homie got kidnapped because like homie didn't like really want to go. Like the bus drives off, fool. And the bus drives off, and I said, what the hell? Like, homie was just a passenger here with us. That wasn't even a bus stop. They just took the homie. Like, we went into some random ass street. The fool really got up in here, got the homie, took him outside, and we just drove off. This fool's supposed to be going to the border with us. I said, hell no. I ended up telling the homies, I was like, fool, this is what just happened. Like, look, fool, this fool really just, like, they took a fool out. My homies were like, hell nah, fool, I ain't never going to Mexico, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, fool, you do what you got to do, my boy. But all I got to say, my boy, is don't resort to the resort. You know what I'm saying? The resorts are for goofy-ass fools, my boy. Fools that are scared to go to the actual ranchos, to the actual pueblos, my boy. But anyway, I'm gonna leave you fools with that, my boy. Let me go live on TikTok real quick. I got to go talk my smack on here too, my boy. But anyway, episode 10 in... about to get uploaded to YouTube, my boy. So you fools better stay ready. Yeah, deuces, my boy.